Chatting in a coffee shop, sitting by the windowsill, walking down 8th Avenue with you. Our fingers touching the light, you pull back blushing delight. Call me when you get back home. Meet me at Manhattan Henge, meet me under Columbus Circle. I'll be waiting there for you. Meet me when the stars align, meet me when the earth divides. I'll be waiting there for you. Cotton candy clouds reflected in your eyes, merry-go-rounds in my heart, illuminated by flashing signs. You take my hand and you pull me inside. When did everyone else disappear? Meet me at Manhattan Henge, meet me under Columbus Circle. I'll be waiting there for you. Meet me when the stars align, meet me when the earth divides. I'll be waiting there for you. Meet me at Manhattan Henge, meet me under Columbus Circle. I'll be waiting there for you. Meet me when the stars align, meet me when the earth divides. I'll be waiting there for you. Chatting in a coffee shop, sitting by the windowsill, walking down 8th Avenue.
Oh, my hair is so pink on camera. Hello. Hello, happy holidays. It is very festive right now and I'm wearing my favorite winter sweater, which is actually my mom's. This is like a really cute sweater that she's had and she was literally about to throw it away and I was like, no, I need that. So every year on Christmas and the days before and after Christmas, I just wear this sweater. And I also have some other festive sweaters that I wear to celebrate the occasion. It's already after Christmas actually, and it's Saturday, so I've just been packing some Patreon mail and trying to get all of that done before the start of January. And the other thing that I actually want to get done today is finalize all of my January Patreon mail. I kind of threw this idea out there to my patrons with the poll. I was kind of just worried that I was making too much content with just bears in it, and I didn't know if that was like kind of annoying or not. So I had a little poll about like how I should expand or like what other characters I should introduce. So I'm just working on ideas to include that and still have like bear content, but maybe not as much as, you know, I don't know. So this is my way of trying to expand my portfolio of work and characters, but we will see. Oh, also, my hair is pink now. It's so pink. I'm not sure if I'm like a very huge fan of it right now, but it's something interesting. I feel like a part of me doesn't really like it because it feels a little too e-girl for me. Or maybe I'm just quietly an e-girl on the inside.
RSN.
making some acorn squash so I could do stuffed acorn squash, and I love how it looks like a little flower. So cute. For dinner today, I made this like stuffed acorn squash because I wanted to try something different, but honestly I don't really know what I was doing, but it turned out pretty cute. So yeah, dinner is very simple today with a little bit of this, some carrots, and some sparkling cider. Some matcha finally! Ah! I don't know how long it's been, but I've been wanting to get matcha powder for so long, and I finally got it! And I've been making matcha lattes for like every day of this week, and I realized that I'm a little sensitive to matcha green tea caffeine specifically. It's not bad, and I honestly love the flavor and the taste of matcha, so I could deal with it. It just gives me a little bit of this like high intensity anxiety for a short amount of time, but I think it's fine for a nice relaxing drink. It's actually really gloomy today, and rainy days mostly don't get me feeling so good, but this is like super welcome because LA hasn't had rain in like literally months, and there's just so much rain right now. I got some Happy Meal, and there's actually some things that I'm going to be sending out to a friend. So this is a little spoilery, but I hope she gets it before this video comes out, but we will see. There's this one artist my friend and I admire who's a Taiwanese based artist named Yohand Studio, and I got a lot of like really fun things from her because she makes the derpiest art, and it's so sweet. I got this one, which is like a tea towel, but it's also a 2021 calendar, and I'm gonna be hanging it up soon. But look at this illustration. This is like her little mascot. It's like this cloud dog, and he's the best. Look how derpy he is. You can't say no to that face. I also got this one planner from her, which is mostly just like a very blank spreadsheet where the days aren't numbered, but you just have like the Monday to Sunday kind of things, and you can fill it out yourself. So I'm hoping this will really put me back in the mood of journaling. Look at this little bookmark too, it's so cute. What the heck? Everything about it is just so cute, and it's gonna be like very encouraging to journal again. She sent over some freebies as well. This one's a little risograph print, and then 2 letter envelopes. And then I got some of these guys. These guys here are like page tabs or bookmarks, and then this one's a fabric patch. It's so heckin' derpy and so cute, like what? And the last thing I got is a pair of bread socks. I love socks so much. I love quirky designs on socks. For some reason, they just make me very happy. And then the last little thing I'm actually gonna be sending out to a friend, and these are like pre-packaged from the artist herself, Yohand, and it's so cute, but the insides of this will remain a mystery for now. Woo! I'm gonna make a little trip to the post office now because I have a few things to send out this week, and I don't know if I'm ready to brave the weather yet. I don't have a lot of things that are great for the rain, but I do have my big jackets and I love these. The only thing I really do have are my stompy boots. And I'm ready. Let's go. Hello! So as I'm wrapping up this video, I kind of just wanted to do a little paint with me session while I go over some questions that I got from patrons and also some assumptions that I got on Instagram, just because I wanted to do something really fun and just little things to get to know me more as the year ends. So if for some reason you're wondering where I am right now, hi. I'm currently under my desk, swaddled in a few blankets and some plushies to try to dampen the sound because I can't physically get into any of the closets in my house right now to try to get good audio because I'm just too big. So I think this kind of works as a makeshift setup. I don't know. Okay, so let's get to some questions. First one is from Clara. She asks, I really wanted to know, where do you get your inspiration from? And honestly, this is like a really tricky question for me in a way because I always feel like I've had these waves of influences where I look into different trends and different areas of art. For example, in college, I was really inspired by children's book artists and I really wanted to make children's books for myself. So I would look to artists like Chris Turnham and Matt Forsythe and look at like their amazing illustrations of these like wonderful worlds and how they utilize color and texture and try to incorporate that into my own art. I still look towards people like Joey Chu, Iraville, Heikala, and others, and some classics like Mary Blair. And even though nowadays my art is more simplified and doesn't really draw as much inspiration from these sources, I still look up to them a lot because I just really admire their talent and passion for their work. So the next few questions are kind of like in a group, which is a lot of people just asking like, do you live on your own or do you still live at home with your family? And the answer is I still live at home. I would love to move out, and I was definitely planning to move out early last year, but you know, due to COVID, things changed. But yeah, there's a part of me that has this guilt or feels like I'm a burden to my family right now because I've already graduated and I feel like I really need to kind of just grow up and leave the nest. But it's kind of hard in this situation and I do want to kind of be more independent and do my own things. But for the moment, I mean, I'm still glad that I'm able to be in touch with my family. I really think it is a blessing in disguise and I just really want to value my time with my family for now. Hee asks, how did you come up with the name Thankshu? And I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but I think it's a beautiful name. So this is kind of a funny story and it's not that exciting, but it was just kind of a saying or a nickname that I had in high school. There's this theater kid in high school in some of my classes, and every time that I would interact with him in class or anything, he would kind of just say like, hey, thanks, Shu. Because Shu is my last name. It's XU, but it sounds like shoe, like the thing you put on your foot. I think this was a really fun question. Sandy asks, if your art had a scent, what would it be? And I think it would be like a warm slice of toast with butter and honey. Yummy! Wow, now I'm just hungry thinking about it. Alexandra has a few questions, and one is, what TV shows or podcasts are you into at the moment? I'm actually kind of a big Rooster Teeth fan because I've just been binging their content for years on end now, and I'm always a fan of the Off Topic and the Rooster Teeth podcast. Listening to them just babble on for a few hours every week is really nice. As for TV shows and stuff, I've been on this really big Netflix binge where I've been watching all of the big releases right now, like Sweet Home and Alice in Borderlands. I definitely like Alice the best out of everything I've watched right now. I think there's a lot of really good horror releases ever since October this year, so I would check them all out. I've also watched The Call, #Stay Alive. I think I definitely like Alice in Borderlands the most out of everything, and I read the entire manga and I'm just in love with it. It's a great series. Go check it out. Nina asks, what are you looking forward to doing after Corona? And this is something that I've always really wanted to share, but I want to get back into conventions. I used to do a lot of anime conventions and be this con artist. It's a funny name, but that's literally what people say. And I would table at these conventions with my friend and sell a lot of stickers and my art, and that's literally how I got my shop started. I don't think I've mentioned this before, but one of the reasons I started vlogging was because I wanted to do a lot of convention vlogs. And then COVID happened, so I really do miss my conventions. One day when they're back, I'm definitely gonna be vlogging it, and it's gonna be so fun. I just really love the atmosphere and the overall excitement and energy that comes from conventioning. It's just great. This is kind of a grouping of a few questions that are in the same vein. It's kind of just asking, how did you start your Etsy, and or general advice as to how to become a successful artist. So as mentioned earlier, I did a lot of conventions, and that's the reason why my Etsy started. Since I was already selling merch in person, a lot of people were asking, do you have an online shop? So naturally, I just made an Etsy. As for advice about starting a shop and about art in general, I would actually recommend anyone who is starting a shop to go through Etsy first, because they're really user-friendly in my opinion, and also they have their own search engine and SEO, so you get a lot more engagement on listings than you would as a standalone shop. And honestly, my go-to advice and the advice that I try to follow myself is literally make things that make you happy and then put that happiness out into the world. I am generally really bad at giving advice, but that is something that is true to my heart, and I really do hope that you could find that happiness out there for you. But also, definitely don't forget that practice is always important. It's always a good idea to build a strong foundation in art before branching out and finding your own type of style and all that. Don't focus too much on style per se, quote unquote, because you can still be really fluid in what you make, and your art will change over time and all the things that you do, and it's still great to have a very diverse portfolio of art. Now I'm gonna end the question section with my very most favorite question by Madison, which is, be honest, how many pickles would you eat in a year? And I think the number would be around maybe 3 to 4 large jars of pickles. I don't really have an estimate of how many pickles I eat in a year, but I do remember this one time where I brought home this one rather a medium-sized jar of about 8 or so pickles, and I ate the whole thing in one sitting in like an hour, and my brother was very astonished and disgusted at me. So yeah, awesome. Alright, so now time for the juicy parts, the assumptions. I was kind of expecting more people to roast me and stuff, but a lot of you guys were just so kind and sweet, and I love you all. You are all just so precious. Oh my gosh. But let's get to some fun ones. So these first two are kind of related to each other, is you cry a lot and you are a sensitive person. And they're both true. Oh my god, I cry so heckin' much. I am definitely a person that is more emotionally driven than by facts. Sometimes I really do have to remind myself to look at things objectively, but man, I just feel these feelings all the time. So that definitely makes me more of a sensitive person, for better or for worse. But overall, I just want to be a stronger version of myself, whether it be less crying or just, I don't know, toughening up a little bit. This is a really cute assumption. It's, you like plushies. And heck yes, I do. Another interesting one is most of your friends are Asian, and actually, that's kind of true. I do live in this kind of bubble called the 66 San Gabriel Valley, which is predominantly made of Asians. So I grew up in a rather homogeneous neighborhood throughout kindergarten, elementary, middle school, and also college. But there was a blip in between, which was my arts high school, Laksa, which definitely was really great, honestly, because I finally got to be in a more diverse situation, which I am very grateful for now. Now, the next one is probably the hottest take, which is you act super cutesy on camera / with friends, but you're quite serious by yourself. I think this is somewhat true. I definitely put on more of a persona when I'm on camera. Not intentionally, it's just because I am more shy and nervous when filming, and I get really awkward on camera, because when you're filming, you're really hyper aware of what you're saying and how you're saying things, and you mess up a lot, and and me being a more introverted person, this has definitely been an interesting feat for me to accomplish. Like, if you go back and look at my very old videos, you can tell how high-pitched my voice is because of how nervous I am. So yeah, it's half true, half not. I am definitely really loud with my friends though, because I'm just very relaxed and very derpy. And then I think I'm gonna end off this section with the funniest of sorts, which was one assumption that said, you are actually really short. I am actually 5'11". I kind of liked how after I made that response, everyone was just very shocked and making even more assumptions that I was tall. So thank you for that. I have come to grow to like my height, even though it is a point of insecurity at times. But you gotta live with what you got, and this is what I have. All 5'11" of me. So yeah, I've been talking in this little tent now for like an hour, and my voice is getting very sore, but it was really fun to get through a lot of questions and assumptions. So thank you for submitting all those. I hope this was somewhat insightful in some way or another. So I'd love to hear some more from you guys soon. Woo!
Together. I think we linked to Ray or something. I don't know what happened, but I heard everything she said. You too.
Control R? Yeah.
Yeah, he thought I was talking. I went to decom with him, and he was with me.
Have any answer?
I'm back now. I actually don't have any of it. Some things changed. Yeah.
I don't think it's posed.
Dude, I want
Will we find the truth that we made?
Very good. Very good.
So today is actually the very last day of the year, which is kind of crazy because 2020 has just been insane, and I'm really looking forward to the new year. I've just about finished my work for today, but I've been working on Patreon stuff. So these are like 2 stickers that I honestly really like for the coming month. I went with a very like cute, warm cottagecore theme because I just wanted to welcome in the new year with some warmth. And then along with the stickers, I have this print that goes with it, and even though this took me a little bit of time to plan out, I'm really happy with how this turned out. This is kind of like my ode to all things cottagecore and all things that were trendy in 2020, and just making it warm and happy so that we can welcome in 2021 with a bang. Yeah, I'm really excited to see this get made, and I'm gonna hopefully get these out to you guys soon. I don't really have much else to do now. I just have to focus on packing Patreon stuff, and I just want to take it chill for the very last day of 2020. I definitely want to talk about like New Year's resolutions and stuff, but I've been talking a lot this video, so I think I'm gonna save it for the next one. Even though this is technically the last video of this year, it's definitely going up next year. But regardless, it was a fun little vlog, and I'd like to do some more studio vlogs in the future in whatever capacity that I can. So I guess since this is the first video of the new year, I hope your new year is going well. Well, anyways, I think I'm just gonna take it chill for the rest of today, and I hope you have a wonderful new year, and take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.